didn't have to answer questions because they knew who he was. You see, Jesus had come and he exposed them for who they were. There were people who were more concerned about having clean hands and having a clean heart. They were people who were concerned about looking good and not being good. They were people who were concerned about rituals and not righteousness. They were people who looked pious but had no praise. They had long prayer but no power. They made people feel burdened and not blessed. And you always have people like that in a religious establishment. And so before Jesus came, they were running things. They were in charge. But Jesus came and exposed them and let them know that man is not in charge. But God is really in control. It's not the bishop that's in charge. It's not the president. It's not me. It's not trustees. It is God. We'll run into a mess. Who is this? Yes. Who is this? Did they know that over 330 prophecies in the Old Testament was fulfilled when Jesus came? Yes. You know what the chances of 50 such prophecies being fulfilled? Somebody say it's 1 with 157 zeros behind it. But here he was riding up the hill. Who is this? Hallelujah. Was he just a legend? Was he just a fictional character? You know, there's too much historical and archaeological data to show that Jesus was not a real person. Most people will understand just from reading secular history that Jesus really did exist. Yes. Who is this? Who is this that came and declared that he was God? He said in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was with God. Same was in the beginning with God. And he said, I came into the world, and they didn't know who I was, and they rejected me. He said he was God. He declared that he was a heavenly king.
Yes, he did.
Declared that he was able to give everlasting life and forgive sins. Who was this who came and said he was co-equal with God? Who said before Abraham was, I am who I am? With all the claims that Jesus made. We have to decide something about him today. And basically we have three choices.
Come on.
Here's the first choice. Jesus was a liar. Someone who has said all these things about himself and know it to be false is a bold-faced liar. But not only that, he's a fool too. Because it was this declaration, it was when he told the Sanhedrin that I am the Christ, the blessed one. That was the evidence that they used to kill him. So not only was he a liar, he was a fool. But let's examine the evidence if he was really a liar. Because you see, to check if he's a liar, you have to check about the things he said and the things he did to see if they match. Now Jesus led an exemplary life by most accounts. What he said, Jesus did. He not only talked the talk, but he walked the walk. He not only talked about loving his enemies, but when he hung on a cross, he looked down at his enemies and he said, Father, forgive them because they don't really know what they are doing. Even his enemies did not stand up to testify against him. When they tried to find 3 witnesses to convict him in the Sanhedrin, they couldn't find 3 people who could come up with the same story. Even Pilate, when he was presented with the evidence to convict Jesus, Pilate examined the evidence and he looked at the man and he looked at the people and he said, I find no fault in him. They came back another time and Pilate looked, no, something's wrong here. It doesn't add up. The man and the evidence doesn't match. He said, I find no fault in him. His wife said, don't have anything to do with that man. I got a dream about him. I said, I find no fault in this man. I'm telling you, his deeds show that he was not a liar. Any person who lived like Jesus lived, taught like Jesus died, and died like he did, makes no sense at all for him to be a liar. The weight of evidence I suggest to you would say that he is not a liar, okay? Well, if he's not a liar, he must be a lunatic. He must be a lunatic. Huh? Maybe he just believed he was God, but he was mistaken. You know, people can be sincere, but they can be sincere in the wrong. You know, Jesus made the claims that he was God, but he lived and acted that way. Now, his family and friends, and sometimes the Jewish leaders thought that he was a little strange, and the things that he said they didn't understand. Now, in our lifetime, some of you can remember Jim Jones and David Koresh, who came around and they said they were God, and they got some folk to follow them, and they followed them straight to hell. They went and committed suicide, killed themselves, all kind of crazy stuff. You see, most of the time when crazy folk come and start declaring that they are God, if you watch them long enough, their craziness will come out. But Jesus, when did he become crazy? Because he made his claims, and his life and his work substantiated his claims. He healed a blind man once. And the religious leader said, now the person who did it is a devil. He's a lunatic, he's a liar. The blind man said, now you can say whatever you want to say.
Yes, come on with it.
He said, all I know. He said, I was blind. And now I see. I am a lunatic. Everywhere my son, I'm going to follow him. Ain't no lunatic, ain't no liar. Do what he did. One historian said that Jesus is not only sane, but the counsel he provides is the most concise and accurate formula for peace of mind. A psychologist said, if you summarize the greatest article written by psychologists and psychiatrists about mental health, and if you got the greatest poet to put it together in words, it would not be as good as the Sermon on the Mount. He said the Sermon on the Mount is a blueprint for successful human life. How could a lunatic, I ask you, speak so profoundly in his teaching that he confounded the greatest scholars of his time? I believe most people would conclude he's not a lunatic. So if he's not a legend, he's not a liar, if he's not a lunatic, it only leaves one other thing. He must be Lord. He must be who he said he is. Because without an army, he conquered more millions than Alexander the Great, Caesar, Napoleon, and all the greatest generals in history. He is not a scientist, but he has shed more light on nature than anybody else. It was he who spoke to the wind and the wave, and they had to obey it. It was he who caused the earth to stand still. It was he who walked and water. I don't know any scientist who knows how to do that. He had no formal education, but he spoke with such wisdom that he confounded the leaders of his day, starting at age 12. People said never a man spoke as he spoke. History itself is dated by the time when Jesus came to before Christ or after. Who is this man? Who is he? Jesus once asked his disciple, he said, who do people say that I am? Some say, well, some say you like Jeremiah. They say you like Elijah. Say you may be like one of the prophets. Jesus said, okay, that's good about what they're saying. But Jesus said, but who do you say that I am? Because you see, that's the most important question each one of us must answer today. It's okay for anybody in York or Rock Hill or Gastonia. I mean, it's okay about what they think and what they think is all right. But when it comes right down to it, the question of the day is, who do you say that Jesus is? Who is he to you today? That's the question. You see, the woman at the well who drank from the living water, she declared that he is Lord. The blind man declared that he is Lord. Lazarus, when he was raised from the dead after being dead for 4 days, declared that he was Lord. The thief on the cross declared that he is Lord. To the artist, he is the one altogether lovely. To the baker, he is the living bread. To the carpenter, he is the sure foundation. To the florist, he is the lily of the valley. To the jeweler, he is the perfect bright. To the philosopher, he is the wisdom. To the sinner, he is the Lamb of God. Taking away the sins of the world. Who is this man? Oh, wait a minute. Caleb, who is Jesus to you? Susan, who is Jesus to you? Oh, Johnny, who is Jesus to you? James, where's James now? Who is Jesus to you? He is the Lord of everything. TJ, where is TJ? Talk to me, who is Jesus to you?
He's Lord.
Naisha, where are you? Who is Jesus to you? He is the Lord of everything. See, that's what he's got to be. What about the rest of you? Who is Jesus to you? Who is Jesus to you? Who is Jesus to you? He is Lord. He is Lord. All right, but here is the deal. Here is the deal. You see, if you came to that conclusion that he is Lord, you have only two options this morning. You have to either accept him or reject him. See, that's where we are right now. You may believe he's a legend, a liar, or a lunatic. And if you got some wisdom and you say, I don't believe Jesus is any of those. But if you say he's Lord,
Hallelujah! Thank you, Lord.
you must accept him or reject him. You can't straddle the fence.
Oh my God.
You can't straddle the fence. The decision is yours today. Who is this? Who is Jesus to you? This morning, if you are here, and if you've never been confronted with making a decision about the Lord, you are there at this point. You must decide. And if you say he's Lord, you must accept, or you must reject. Stand to your feet. If you have never